Hi, I'm Jaime Simpson from Impact, Senior Director of Product and Content Marketing, and I'm here with Nate Ryan, the Vice President of Marketing for HyreCar. So HyreCar is using Impact to run its partnership programs, which they've got some very interesting strategic brand-to-brand partnerships. Now, HyreCar uses Impact both as a brand and as a publisher/partner. They're able to drive new revenue as a referral partner, introducing audiences to their brand partners, and they are also able to acquire new customers through referrals from others. So Nate, tell us about your role at HyreCar and tell us what sort of responsibilities you've got.
Yeah, so I'm the VP of Marketing here at HyreCar, and my roles include everything that has to do with marketing, from paid acquisition to PR, to our email marketing and automation systems, and really working with product to build a really cohesive journey for our customers that helps our business grow. And a big part of that going into 2021 is going to be our affiliate programs, both on the supply side and the demand generation side. So HyreCar is a car sharing platform for gig workers. So we rent commercially owned and privately owned vehicles to people who want to get started in the gig economy, such as driving for Uber or Lyft or Postmates or Grubhub. And so HyreCar, our partnership side, we've been strictly running demand for the driver side of our business. But what's really exciting is we're going to soon be launching an owner side of our partnership program, which we've had a lot of our partners asking for recently, which is really exciting because they're starting to see a really growing audience base for people who are looking for either passive income by renting out their personal vehicle, or they work in the commercial space and they have access to a big inventory of people who could potentially be commercial fleet partners with HyreCar.
Now, tell us about the HyreCar partnership story. How did HyreCar get started with the partnership channel?
Yeah, that's a great question. So HyreCar's relationship with Impact actually started on the supply side, working with different affiliates like Uber and Lyft to help raise awareness for rideshare drivers to get started in the gig economy. And so we started there. And after the company really started growing, we realized that it's time to really build out our own partnership program. And that's with the interactions that we've had with Impact, being an affiliate, really helped make that decision to get started on the partner side with Impact.
Now, did you start with the supply side portion of the partnership program, or did you start off with the demand side, acquiring traffic and customers from other partners?
So we started on the supply side, generating traffic for other businesses. And then I would say probably about 4 years ago, we launched on the partnership side, creating our own program and working with other affiliates and companies to help drive awareness and traffic for HyreCar.
What has been your strategy with the partnership channel?
Our strategy with the partnership channel really started with relationships that we built with influencers and different thought leaders in the rideshare space. And that's what really kickstarted our need to get started on the partnership side. And as we really kind of began growing the program, we continued down that route of just, let's look for the high quality partners that we know how to work with, and that we know delivers great traffic. Because when we started the program, the idea of renting a car to drive for Uber or Lyft was still rather new, and there's very few people in the space talking about it. But as more and more businesses are forming around this industry, it's really allowing us to open up that channel and work with some really great partners.
Now, what sort of KPIs and metrics are your main focus area?
Yeah, so we focus a lot on bottom funnel conversions for our business. So getting drivers activated and into a car. That's really some of the core offerings that we pay out. And all of our offerings, if we know that we're delivering a driver into the vehicle for the offering that we're offering, we know it's going to be profitable for us, but we also do everything we can to make it as profitable as we can for the partners. And that's something really important for us because, the value that they're driving for the business is important. And we want to make sure that they're fairly compensated for that.
So as VP of marketing, you obviously oversee a multitude of channels. How do you look at your affiliate or partnership channel strategy compared to what's going on with the other channels? Or what are the major differences?
I think one of the major differences is, how you scale those programs. Obviously, with a paid strategy, it's you can scale that up and down as you need, location based, however you see fit. And the partnership side is sort of transforming to that now that we can, you can offer geo-based payouts. You can pay out based off of different level conversions and things like that. So we look at it similar to a paid strategy, but we understand that in order to nurture and grow your partnership programs, it takes a lot more relationship building. And you're not dealing with a platform, you're dealing with people. And that's something you have to understand and keep them engaged, keep them interested in your business, and always provide your partners new materials that can help them, educate their customer base based off new things that are happening in your business. Because most partners, I can guarantee you, they're running dozens, if not hundreds of programs. And so for you to stand out and become one of the more profitable programs for them, really takes some nurturing.
Tell us a little bit about the origin story behind the demand side portion of your partnership program. How did it come about? Was it much, what were the initial set of challenges that you had to surmount?
The origin really started was we needed to diversify our channels. And we were in the initial stage, like most startups, you go heavy in on Facebook and Google. But as your budgets start to grow, as your audience starts to diversify a little bit, you need to branch out and reach customers through a new channel. An affiliate in the rideshare space is a really good space to get into, just because gig workers are very big online, and the way they grow and get better at their jobs is interacting, creating communities with other gig workers in the space. And so working with big partners, big influencers has really allowed HyreCar to create a good reputation for itself and really expand our business outside of what we were doing through the traditional paid channels.
How does your partnership program go about finding new partners? Are other teams involved in locating them?
Other teams are involved. The core way we're going about finding new partners now, one is just a lot of research on the industry and seeing what's happening out there, and looking for new influencers, new blogs, new content providers, new businesses that are relevant to our space, and sometimes we just cold reach out to them and create relationships. And the partner side is a really good way to kickstart that and really kind of see if their audience has an interest in HyreCar and if it's relevant. Then we use tools like Media Rails that really allows us to hone in and create outreach on a much more broad spectrum. And it reduces some of the manpower of just scrolling through Google and researching different topics and businesses. And then we work with our business development team, who's constantly working with new partners, new big commercial fleet owners to really create traffic and give their audience a chance to understand what HyreCar is.
Are there specific partner types that are particularly valuable for HyreCar?
Yeah, so I'm a big fan of partners who produce a lot of content. Like I was mentioning, the gig economy space is it's really community driven, and so for us to work with trusted content providers in the space really drives good value for the partners. And it makes it that much easier for our program to perform well with them. We do work with some email providers. Granted, they fit compliance and things like that. And then we work with a lot of apps as well that are coming out in this space that are focused on either helping people find new avenues of work, or people who are looking to basically change up what they're doing within the gig economy. But we work with some apps that help rideshare drivers perform their jobs better. That gives them like insights into how they're driving and some hot spots. But then we also work with other apps that provide sort of like gig-based work options. And HyreCar is an offering within those. What's really cool about some of those is that the value that they gain from the partnership program, a lot of these companies will actually kick back something to the consumer base and offer them different incentives and rewards for getting started on that next step of their journey, which is really cool.
So obviously COVID changed a lot. It heavily disrupted the ride sharing business. Now, how did the onset of COVID impact the demand side of your partnership program?
The demand side, I think with most people, we definitely saw a hit in terms of the traffic that was coming to the site. But we immediately were able to help pivot the business. And one of the big things we did was really educate our audience on the benefits of doing delivery. And delivery during COVID was necessary and much needed. And I think we saw a really big adoption from a lot of consumers who really never considered grocery delivery or food delivery. And that really increased the demand out in the world for delivery drivers. And so that's how we sort of pivoted, and we really worked with our partners to educate them on that message and really develop, help them develop their content, provided them new ads and assets in order to help deliver that message properly, to educate different gig workers that there is still work out for them and they're very much needed, and that delivery was a safer option for them to continue working than doing rideshare during that time.
Now, what sort of tactics do you use in your partnership program to keep your partners informed and engaged?
Yeah, that's a tough challenge, especially as your programs grow. Is keeping your partners engaged is so important. So one of the main things we do is monthly newsletters to our partners. And we pretty much have an open door policy with all of our partners. So if they have questions or want to schedule meetings, we'll do that. And then we always are just constantly following up with them to see how the programs are doing and how we can help them with their performance. And then we also like to do reviews with their performance to really see the impact of their efforts and really hone in their strategies to better perform.
How has HyreCar used data to make not just their partnerships run smoother or better, but their partnership portfolio as optimal as possible?
So obviously data is one of the most crucial pieces to running an effective program. And without accurate data or accurate reporting, it's hard to actually create a program that affiliates can trust, and that is going to actually drive demand for the business. And so before we launch any program, we really make sure that the data side is accurately up and running, both within Impact, but then that we also sort of have backup resources for the business in case maybe there is a slight program outage, that we can go back, reconcile, and make everything right with affiliates or with partners. And so that's something we really focus on, is really keeping strong, accurate data accuracy for the program. And then it also really allows us to dive deep into how the partners are performing, and provide them insights and analysis to how they can better improve their outreach, and their strategy to continue increasing demand for both them and the business.
How has Impact's technology helped the demand side of your business?
So Impact technology has definitely helped us broaden our reach into different niche groups. And actually, it's really helped us better understand who our good partners can be, and like build long-term lasting relationships between those partners, but also what different customer bases are really interested in the business, because we start with partners who we think may not actually be a right fit, and their audience ends up actually being a really good demand side for the business. And so Impact has really helped that outreach, and has helped us really onboard partners much quicker than if we were to sort of build our own internal program.
That is awesome. Well, Nate, you are a superstar. Thanks so much for sharing all this information. And I think we can call it a wrap.